Jim Holder is with us now from Frankfurt. He's the editorial director at Autocar. Jim, great to have your company. Let's start. How in demand are Tesla shares?
Tesla shares are certainly at an all-time high. They've been incredibly popular against many expectations as the firm has managed to deliver, particularly on its promises around Model 3. But it still remains hit and miss, as you've explained there. There are still problems in achieving its goals, not just because of coronavirus, but also because of some of the issues in producing their cars to the volumes they need and to the quality they need. And that really is the long-term question that Tesla must answer. There's no question the cars are desirable, but long-term, will they be able to fend off the opposition by hitting the targets that mass production requires?
Where do you see them spending this $2 billion it's hoping to generate?
I think, first of all, they have to get the quality into the vehicles that they're manufacturing. It's been all very well trying to set new standards around autonomous driving functions and other such sort of technologies that set them apart from their rivals. But what they need now is a base from which they can work, a reliable base, one where they're selling not tens of thousands of cars, but hundreds of thousands of cars. They're not just selling to real aficionados anymore. They're selling to the wider public, and they won't be as tolerant as some of the issues that Tesla owners have faced in the past. They need to sort that out, but they also need to start producing next generation vehicles. Tesla have been so far ahead of the curve, and in many ways they still are ahead of the curve, but these vehicles need replacing, and the development costs of these cars runs into billions. So $2 billion in a car company doesn't always go a long way.
How do they do that though? How do they remarket themselves and become desirable to that middle of the road average car owner if they're going to get the numbers that they need?
Yeah, I think they're already a long way down that road. What you've seen is that they've started with the more expensive end of the market, and they've created these halo cars, these cars that make all their vehicles, whatever they do, desirable. When you think they started out with a roadster, a real sports car, they've turned that into a very, very desirable high-end saloon, high-end SUV. But now with the Model 3 that was launched last year, they've moved into a market, sort of BMW 3 Series middle market executive vehicle, where they can build the cars profitably, but also reach a much bigger audience. The question is, of course, what do they do next? We know there's a small SUV coming, SUVs being the absolute hot point of the global car market. Everyone really is wanting to buy more and more SUVs. If they can deliver that successfully, then we have to start seeing how they branch out, how far their ambitions extend. Do they want to take on, in terms of volume, the likes of Audi and BMW, or do they want to go further than that? Do they want to start building the people's electric car, which would be a really intriguing proposition? But the most important thing, the thing in their favor, is they have a brand that is more desirable probably than any other car brand on earth. And I include sort of Ferrari, Aston Martin in that. Tesla is the hottest car brand in the world at the moment.
Well, speaking about their brand, they're recalling about 15,000 vehicles because of these steering wheel problems. How damaging is that to the brand?
Well, in a normal car company, it would be very damaging indeed. For Tesla, all bets are off, really. Tesla seems to have this Teflon-coated reputation. Whatever it does wrong, whatever Elon Musk does wrong or Tesla does wrong, the company keeps bouncing back in a way a traditional car company wouldn't. Now, whether they can keep doing it, as I say, as they get to bigger scales, that's what really remains to be seen. But so far, they are the masters of PR. They are the masters of spin. they've had a lot of bad news in the past, generated both by Elon Musk and by reliability problems with their vehicles, and yet they're still super desirable. If they can keep that up, it really won't make much difference to them.
Even Elon Musk's bad dancing can't hold those desirable shares at bay. Jim Holder from Autocar, thank you for your time.